only have one rally action, I believe, which is to repair the machine gun L5s.
Looks like it.
It fails.
I have a guy I will try to rally. Huzzah! That is 1 free point.
Starting off on a.
I know.
I know, right?
Things bode well. Alright, so that's 1 point for you, and my stun goes away. Interesting that it marks it as like a broken unit, but I've got two. I'm just gonna do this just to reduce the counter density. It's linked, so whenever I click on it, I'll know.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that's it for rallying. Nobody's got any reinforcements.
No, I don't. I'm not sure. Do you have any? I don't think so.
I do not get reinforcements.
Yeah.
So prep fire.
You might find yourself in the prep fire.
Unit in L6. Yeah, the unit in L6 will fire at N7.
Okay.
So it's going to be 3 up 1, I believe.
2 for 1.
2 for 1. Yeah. Yeah. My IFT. Oh, nothing.
All right, we're starting off hot.
Starting well. Woohoo! What is going on with my mouse here? Hold on a second. There we go. I swear I'm not a drunkard.
Yeah, I feel like I had some weird mouse issues I think a week ago or so.
The artillery piece is going to fire at M8.
Okay.
Which it has the acquisition.
Yeah, and he should have the wall. I just forget if he gets 2 for wall or 1 on that angle. I'm pretty sure. I want to say it's 1, but roll and we'll see. Why don't you 2?
It's a wall, yeah?
Yeah.
So +2.
Fire shoots through a wall, hex side, or hex spine may be subject to TM for that wall if the target is located is in a location formed by that. Yeah, okay. So no matter what, he gets it. Interesting. I thought there might be something.
So it's infantry. Oh, what range are
we on? Yeah, it's red numbers. I think it was. Did we say? Oh no, wait. Did we say it was red numbers or black numbers? I think we might have said black numbers because I don't think it says in the thing. Anyways, yeah. So it's infantry. Range is what? 1, 2, 3,
4. 10. There's no other modifiers. It's not smoke.
So it's like -20. So it's a need a 7 plus with a +1 to your everything.
Yep, I think that's what it represented.
Oh, nice.
So that is a miss.
Interesting. That doesn't clarify. I think we went over that last time too. I also thought it was interesting.
Oh, you know what? It should be an extra because I got a hindrance in there. In fact, I have 3.
Oh, do you have 3? Oh, right, because it's in. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's a heinous miss. So yeah, okay. But I do get more acquisition.
Right. definitely makes me
kind of
more and more fearful of ever moving that guy closer.
well, you'd have to go a fair bit closer. I mean, like 3 hexes, like you'd have to go up to basically in there.
Yeah, but even just moving him closer, like unless I'm doing assault moves, right? I'd be getting the at least a -1 for non-assault movement.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. That would be it for prep fire.
All right.
Time to get shot to pieces. These guys will CX.
Okay.
Two.
Um, what's that building look like? You know what? I'm gonna chance it just because maybe that's gonna be close. The Squadron N6 is just going to shoot his LNG. Oh yeah, that's definitely over. So nothing and malfunctions. That's sick.
Good.
That's not IFP. Sorry, that is suburban.
It's a shame we don't have the rolls for malfunctions on these things because I feel like our malfunction rolls are just like way out of whack.
Yeah, it's like there should be you know what I kind of wish I have a feeling like what we should either do is maybe next scenario we should just have the like these counters, right, but it'll just check for malfunction. Like every time you get a malfunction you have to increase it by one. Every time you get a repair you decrease it by one so you get to see like what your margins are.
I mean, I feel like you got to name the stream something like the support weapons will malfunction.
Oh, that'll be the next like whichever big one where we get like a disproportionate amount of support weapons. I'll do that. But you're good for a movement. I got nothing else.
Yeah, hold on. Which I forgot to do earlier. Building things. CX with leader is 8 movement factors, right?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Unless you're with conscripts
Yeah.
or if he's injured.
4,
Yep.
5.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, sure. This guy will shoot at a as a 2 firepower. Um, down one. Oh, 3 on 2 is like a one. Yeah, one MC. Oh, and you're sand, I guess, technically, right? Yeah.
Um, Squad breaks. Leader's fine. Oh
No.
no, leader gives them -1, so
So
they
he's
just
pinned.
barely passed. Or yeah, he's pinned.
Yeah. Which, I'll take, whatever. Just don't get anything out of your sniper. That's all. That's all I care about at this point.
Look at the birds. The marvelous birds.
He's trying to figure out where the tank went. Like, what's going on with the tank?
Yes, I accidentally gave my snipers the ATRs, so they're feeling themselves.
It's all PTRSs with scopes. Sick.
Okay, so yeah, so they're pinned, so they stop. Any other movement?
I mean, you could always, just as a thing. I don't think I'll really gonna shoot him again. But if I were to shoot at them, like have that possibility. There's always value in the leader moving just into like H6 or whatever, so you can get the TM.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that again, not that I can shoot them, but like future stuff.
So we'll throw those in there. Yeah, that's not a bad thought. Oh, I do have people here.
Oh, sure.
Is it 5 hindrances or six to be?
6 to not be able to see past.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and I think it's I want to say it's specifically 6 LOS hindrances, but I could be wrong on that one. You know what? I'll just check while you're doing stuff. Blockage, any combination of smoke, vision, and terrain LOS hindrance. Yeah, so not, I guess technically not LV. It's vision weather.
Yeah, actually, so it looks like that hex can see this trench. So yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
but I don't think either of the other two can. I think there's.
I mean, it
I'll,
wouldn't really matter anyways.
well, but if I'm moving in, then you can see them, and they would lose concealment. That's the main issue.
Oh, true. I mean, you could always, yeah. I was thinking, depending on which hex, you could get in like adjacent, but yeah. You could probably do. No, wait, that's not hindrance either. Never mind.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, looking at it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose it no matter what. Just because you can see here and here if I move through there.
Uh, 5, 6. I can't see the bottom one.
Yeah, that's true. I was just
Like the alt maybe like there is something to be said about these guys, right? Because depending on which hexes it touches, but I can't I can't and will not check for that. Or at least I can, but you would have to move, which makes the exercise kind of the mental exercise move, right?
yeah, no. I think they actually can. So you know what? I'm just gonna make little CX. I am going to move them individually, however, just for giggles.
Sure.
So one,
Mm-hmm.
two.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was more to get. Because I'm feeling surety 4 or 3.
Okay.
6 to get in there.
Okay.
I think it's 2 for the olive plus 1 to go underneath the.
Yeah, something like that. It's definitely you pay to get into train, and you pay the. I'm pretty sure it's a 1, yeah.
Sorry, that's a giant stack.
It's okay. I don't. I the trench counter being on top means I don't see the counters anyways, and I'm not one to like obsessively check stacks just because, if you miss one by accident or Vassal just doesn't want to, like, um,
Yeah. So
conceal
that's
it.
one,
Yep.
two,
Mm-hmm.
four to get in.
Okay.
And I think that's it for movement.
Good.
Defense fire.
All right. We're
Hit 'em
going
up.
going back to the classics, baby. We're going to artillery. I have automatic contact because my guy's an off-board observer. Um, there is a spotting round, so we will go to spotting
Do
round.
you wish to cancel it?
No.
You have
um,
LOS to blast height. Yes.
yeah. Uh, I don't
Do
want
you
to
want to
convert it
correct
in
it?
place, so I wish to move it. Um, Now, I'm not too worried where exactly it's going to do stuff. I forget if
Do you want me to read the next question in the flowchart?
oh no, I was just looking to see if I'm gonna have to hope I can get it to be accurate. I think what I'll do is that is this turn. Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna move it. I'm not gonna convert it. Essentially, I'm going to be doing
Correction.
yeah. I'm just gonna move it here. I do have LOS to that location because I'm level 3, which gives me just a lot. Um, if there are enemy units, I think I can see the one guy from my observer,
Yep.
so I don't have to do an extra draw. So I place the SR there, I make an accuracy die check. It is absolutely not accurate. And then we will do a. Oh, that's what I was looking at. Duh, I should have. Whatever. Extent distance. So 3, and
It
it's
was 2 hexes, I believe.
so it's make direction error dr maximum extent error equals distance of correction divided by 3.
So
So
it's basically going to move
well,
1 hex. Yeah, in whatever direction. Yeah.
yeah, so it goes there. I did not declare to convert it, so it remains just there, which is good. I'm actually fine with that. Um, Other defensive fire stuff. Well, I'm pretty sure this guy's fake, but we'll do 4 up 3, 6-9 on 3, nothing worth a shot. I will do, however, these guys as a fire group. They are going to shoot your prep fire guy, the unfortunate guy. So
All 3 stacks or just those 2?
so M8, N7, and N6.
And yeah, well, they broke their machine gun.
Yeah, so because it was just the machine gun, obviously they're not going to use that. So it's still 4 firepower. There's 6 firepower from N7, so 10, and another 4 from M8. Leader will direct at least N7, but can't do anything else. So it's still a +3 shot on 14. All right, I'm pretty happy about that.
1 MC?
7? 7 on 14 is a 2 MC.
2 MC.
Yeah, and sniper. Right, good. All I cared about. Do I have anybody else to shoot?
Yeah.
Of course.
Six. Where is it?
He's gonna go to this guy. And he's what's it do to it's stuns and recalls group. Alright, cool. I'm actually not by that one. Where's the recall counter? Unit, vehicle, bad things? No. Shock. That's the one. Recall. Also, that immediately forces him to button up. And I think that's it for that guy. I'm pretty sure platoon movement isn't affected. I'm just gonna have to close up next turn. The
It's not your movement phase,
No, I
so
know, but I'm just saying like next movement, those guys will have to close up immediately. Um, just because of the way that recall I
all right.
think messes with it.
Okay. Yeah.
What other
You
shots?
figure it out when that comes around.
Yeah. I think that's it. Don't have any other shots. That's fair.
We have no advancing fire at this point. Routes. I think that guy stays where he is, actually,
Okay.
because there are no woods, so he would have to route like back to DD5, I think would be his direction.
Yeah, like nearest eligible woods or building, and then like you can go that way for sure, but he's not forced to route at the moment, so he's also eligible to just stay where he is.
He can run through the groves, right, without getting
Yeah,
interdiction, right?
yeah, you can make it through the vineyards. It's more just a question of like once that's done, obviously that's the next big hurdle. So
Yeah, no. So he will go there and he will run away.
sounds good.
That's it for routing.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Advance fire or advancing.
I didn't take DM off this guy.
I am sorry, my mouse is just being very funky tonight.
Yeah, it's all good.
I think that's it for advancing at this point. So yeah. Okay. No close combat that I'm aware of.
Nope.
And over to you for turn 4. Yeah.
Right. Weather, no change. Rally phase. We will try. I'll try to rally first. Why not? Get my rally. And then repair. Nope. Gone.
All right. I have my rally here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a no, but they do lose the end. And I'm going to try and repair my gun. Fail. It's still there. And I think that's it.
Right. Prep fire. I'm going to do my artillery stuff. So artillery shenanigans. Have access. There's a spotting round. I don't want to move it. I do wish to convert in place. So
So you're just going to leave where it is.
yeah, I can see base hex. I can see at least one unit. I don't have to do an extra chit draw, so it changes to an FFE1. I need to actually check my module because it is a 75 millimeter. All right. So 75 millimeter means that is going to be 14 firepower. As always, I'm just going to do north and then clockwise, ending in the center. The only thing we really have to check for is potential fire slash blaze in like the vineyards and destroying wire, among other things. So 7, there's a +1 TEM for the vineyards, but I don't think there's a possibility for blaze. So next is a 5. 5 for wire. Wire. Destruction. Oh, where is clearance FFE? Wire counter within the blast area of any may be resolved as a result of its resolution in that location. There are no modifiers of any kind for wire removal. Only if a KIA is obtained with the original dice roll, which I'm pretty sure I would need a Snake Eyes. Yep. So that's still there. Yeah, the hopefully I hope the overlay doesn't mess with that. We'll do this vineyard next. Nothing. The bottom one, no. 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever. Okay,
Okay.
so if I remember correctly, that does count as a critical hit. I actually have to double check. I remember I checked this last time. To hit process, or sorry, that's critical hits. Uh, oh, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, critical hit are not available during bombardment. This isn't bombardment. FV. Where? Where did I find it last time? Man, I really wish I did artillery more. Yeah, I think it's yeah. Okay, there we go. 1.53. So, HE Wade Phosphorus FFE mission original resolution die roll 2 yields a critical hit. 3.7 for HE, which I'm pretty sure is just gonna say it doubles it. Critical hits, yeah. So it's doubled, and then oh my god, right? It takes the modifier and it's a it's a negative. So well placed. I have T effects on the T or TK dice roll. Um, critical hit also, yeah. Resolution versus non-armored target. A critical hit versus non-armored target is resolved on the IFT with the attacking weapon FFE's full HE firepower doubled with no prior having or other if using area target type. Furthermore, any positive TEM which would target would normally be entitled for a to hit or IFT purpose is reversed and applies as a negative DRM to the IFT TR.
So let's see, it's 28 at a -4 minimum. So yeah, that's what let's see, 5 KIA.
Yeah, it's basically disgusting and probably kills everybody there.
Well, I mean, it's 5 KIA. There's only 3 counters in
Oh yeah, I don't know how many guys are in there. Um, yeah, I'm just having.
So glad that trenches help.
I know it's like it's the one time like critical hit is really the only time where being in a place is the worst.
I'm assuming the support weapon is destroyed, but I don't know. Do you want to roll?
I'm pretty sure you do. I'm just trying to remember like it's the IFT, yeah. So I don't do it. I don't do an extra die roll. I don't think. I think it's just straight up original two dice roll. Yeah, I don't know why I'm like for some reason I'm going crazy here and thinking I need to roll a second time. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, it would probably be destroyed because normally I'm like a KIA or whatever. It kills whatever the support weapon is. If anything, I would have to like roll equal or under the KIA number, which 5 like yeah, it's dead. Okay, so there's that. Next one. Okay. Jesus Christ. So it's a 7 on 14, which is a 2MC.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
No
no
worries.
2MC. Let's see. Well, first off, all is concealment. Starting, well, we'll just go top down. Heat a battle for the top guy. Well, no, I don't know. Does that affect it?
Hold on. Gary's saying that the random selection is for one unit. So does it only use? I thought it targeted the entire. If it's a, I thought it targeted everybody, but could be wrong. Gary is saying that there's random selection for who the critical hit affects. It's blank table. Of course, it like shrinks it down. Original dice roll 2. Resolution, use original 2 dice roll on the IFT. Doubles the full HP. Positive TM applies negative. Multiple targets. Use random selection to determine which occupied location. Then random selection to determine the affected unit. All other units are attacked normally. Okay.
So there are 2 locations.
I don't. I have a feeling like it would have to target the units, but.
Well, if it says to choose the affected location, right? I mean, there's 2 locations. There's out of the trench and in the trench.
Let me make an idea. Do they not provide an example with multiple? That's funny. Regardless of the number of targets in a location struck by a critical hit, the special provisions of critical hit apply only to the targets determined by the random selection. Attacks on enemy units are resolved as struck by a normal hit. Vehicle proceeds to create any other collaterally. If using the area target type or OBA and more than one location is hit, use random selection to determine the occupied location in which the critical hit occurs.
Okay, so it occurs in the other one. So randomly select which one gets the critical hit.
So trench, ground, trench.
No. It's an occupied location. There wasn't anybody in the outside of the trench, so it has to go into that location. So because that's just the way it works.
If or will be more than one occupied. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I guess it's just so you can't like have it occur like outside. I guess
so you hit the guy that just moved into that hex.
There was 3 guys you said?
There was 3 counters. There's 2 guys.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You randomly selected the top unit, so that guy gets the critical hit, and he is absolutely smashed.
Yeah, and then
the other guy gets 2 on 14, I think.
So he should get the modifiers, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. So it's going to be a 6 on 14, which is a 2 MC.
It's not doubled.
What?
Would it not be? Oh no, wait, yeah, never mind. Sorry, I think I'm.
Yeah,
I'm
so
still...
it's a 6 on 14, right? Because it's not doubled, which is a 2 MC.
Attack normal. Yeah. Okay.
And they fail.
All right. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, I think that's like a thing I've always gotten. It's like doubles on sniper. Technically, you're supposed to you need to roll to see if the sniper actually activates on a second target. You don't get two free hits.
I do think it's a little bullshit that you automatically hit the trench if there's nobody outside of the trench.
Yeah, I guess I certainly understand it. I guess there's something to be said about maybe just because if you have a location like a hex that has like 4 locations or whatever, maybe I don't
know. No, I feel like there should be a shot that you just miss the trench,
Yeah.
Because if I put somebody outside of the trench, then you could hit them and potentially miss the trench entirely, or not. So yeah. But that's the guys outside of the trench would be better off because there's no TEM, so they wouldn't get a modifier.
It's kind of why I don't disagree, but it's like the same thing with the sniper where I think you should get something out of it no matter what.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got a heat of battle to resolve. Yeah.
On the second group, yeah. So the first guy heat of battle, and then I think it was a 2 MC as well.
Yes.
Because it was plus 4. So whatever happens to the other guys.
The leader and the other unit pinned.
Okay.
Because the leader rolled an 8 and the other squad rolled a 7.
Gotcha.
So heat of battle. Let's see. We are.
I think we said your Brits are they phalange? No, that's right. They're I think the regular guys.
Yeah, so I don't think there's actually any mines. Are we considered Axis miners? That would be the only mines, but I don't think so.
Regulares, because they're 458s, 447s.
447.
Okay, so your army, uh, heat of battle, regular army +2.
All right, so +2.
And there shouldn't be any other modifiers.
11. Berserk.
Berserk, of course.
Can't see anybody.
Uh, yeah, that's actually interesting. How many? And there's a +1.
Question: does the FFE have any kind of terrain hindrance?
It does. It generates one LOS hindrance. So the question is who can he see?
I can see W9.
Can you see W9? I guess we have technically have to string it. W9. 1, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't think you can see them. What about here to here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You might actually not be able to see anybody, which would mean they battle harden, which they can't, so they're fanatic. Yeah, I think they become fanatic.
Are we considered Axis miner personnel?
It's not. It's not about being considered Axis minor. It's the chart, the PDF, right? It dictates a +2 for regular army. If you're phalange, you'd have +3. Same thing with Italians. Yeah. So unless. Yeah, that's like the one consistent thing I wish they would. They wish they would have marked on these things. The fact that it never like truly says like to Bandera. It's like, okay, is that regulars, army, legion?
Oh man,
It's the one thing I wish they changed.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
like it cuts it, right? So you get 2 for
yeah.
E87 or whatever, then 3 for DD7, and then there's 3 hexes. So I think no matter what, it's a battle hardening.
They can't. He said.
They just become fanatic. If you can't go up, then you become fanatic, and then subsequent ones just don't do anything. Which, I mean, fine. He probably shouldn't be able to battle harden 4 times in that scenario on the same unit.
All right.
Okay, and then lastly, the actual middle hex didn't do anything. So that's it for FFE1. We'll flip it to 2. Is there anything to shoot? No, not really. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh right, there's a bunch of pluses. Yeah, I think that's I think that might be it for prep. So we'll go into movement. Yeah, first things first. CX is coming off this guy at the top, and he's gonna try and move into 04 for 2. All right. He will continue and just go to 05 for 3.
Okay.
And then N5 for 4. I actually have to.
Don't you have to pay more for the vehicles?
No, it's if it's a vehicle going in the same hex, but not if. Not if it's just those guys. Also, they should be in motion. There's definitely should be a motion countering them. Oh, it's underneath them for some reason.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So I just have to double check. Not that it's gonna affect us right now. I just want to see if recall has to be first. Kind of like berserkers, where like they have to move first. But
Yeah, yeah. No.
yeah, I don't think so. And anyways, you can't see him, so or you shouldn't be able to see him. All right, so that guy moved. We'll just continue with top down. So 06 will move as well into N5 for 1.
6, moving to 5.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can see him.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting confused. Yeah, no, you're fine.
Okay, 2-3 over the wall to N6.
Please go away, yeah. Yeah. Is this guy's 3-4? The unit 9-6 is not still pinned, right?
No, sorry, he should. Yeah, he should not still be pinned.
Yeah, so
Just have to keep
sure, yeah, we'll take a shot at him. But it's gonna be up 2.
Yeah, so it's not assault movement, and then there's a +3, so +2.
7 on 3.
Should be a pin test check, I think.
Conditional, yeah.
Yeah, and they pin. Right. The next guy in N6 will jump the wall for 1-2.
Okay. Sorry, that did not leave. That leaves a residual? No.
No, because of the amount of hindrance. And then continue into L6 for 4.
Okay.
We'll have the leader in squad. We're going to jump the wall. Oops, it looked like I didn't select both. Jump the wall for 1-2.
Okay.
And then 3-4 into L6. And if no shot, they will be a pain in my ass. They will go 6 into K7.
I think that's going to be a +5 shot, so I think I'm going to skip that. Okay, you're fine.
Sounds good. Two. Yeah. M8, the guys will jump the wall for 1-2.
Yeah, you're all right.
Okay. M6 for 3. Oh, you can technically leave it in the last known hex.
Yeah, it's
okay. So 3 to M6, and if no shot, 4 to L5.
Okay.
These guys are going to normal move to N7 for 1. 2-3 into M7.
Okay.
And they have to stop there. The lead guy and W9 is going to lose CX. He's going to go to X9 for 1.
Okay.
Y10 for 2.
Yeah, we'll fire at him.
Okay.
With the artillery.
That's good.
So infantry, he is 6x range, I believe. Six.
Yeah. And then there's -1 for non-assault, +1 for hindrance, so it cancels itself. Ooh, nice. That might actually be, what's the, it was, you needed a 6, or what was it?
I needed an 8.
Oh, okay. Well, that's critical hit.
Oh, nice. Yep. So, okay. That's
So
a lot of firepower.
105.
So it's 42 firepower.
Yeah, so 36. Don't, yeah, you do an INT roll, and then we'll see how. So 5, yeah, he's dead.
Can I leave acquisition on the crossroads there or no?
Yep. Also, there's gonna be a lot of
A lot of
residual.
residual, right?
And
So is it 42 half? So that's 21, 20?
yeah. Well, actually, you can't go over 12, so it'd be 12. All right. This second guy, the guy in V8, really does not want me to expand. He loses CX. Goes 1 to W9.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
2 to X9.
All right.
3, 4 to Y9.
All right.
I have the half squad declare CX. 1 to V8. 2 to W9. 3 to X9. 4, 5 to Y9. And then 6 to Z9.
Okay.
Sure. One squad in S8 is going to declare CX, and they're essentially going up the road, 4 to W10, and then 6 into J10.
Okay.
And then the other squad is just going to do the same thing, CX, fall into the same location. Squad in the vineyards loses CX. They're just going to do 2, 4, 6 to X8.
How?
Oh, right. 2, 4.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was derping real hard. What's that? That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yeah. Q8 is going to declare CX. They will move to bypass R7, R8 for 1. Continue to S7 for 2. 3 to T7. 4 to U8. 5 to V8. 6 to W9. 8 into X8.
Okay.
One stack down here, the middle group is going to declare CX. They're going to do 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay.
The next stack also going to declare CX and Y3. 2, 4, 6, 8. And what about these guys? They are also going to declare CX. They are going to go here for 2, 3, 5, 6, 8.
Okay.
Now for vehicles. My top guys are still in motion, so they are going to move for 1. And just, I guess, let me know whenever you want me to stop or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Keep going.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, go ahead and stop right there.
Okay.
The medium machine gun here will fire.
Okay.
J5, right? So you're 7 range.
Yeah, so 7 range versus vehicle. It's a 9 base. I'm moving, so there's a +2. I don't think there's any vineyards or anything.
No,
And
there's
I
no.
don't have any size modifiers, so it should just be a +2.
Did it a hit or IFT?
It's always a 2 hit when you're using MMGs.
All right, so 6.
So hit hull should just be a 1. Yeah, so it should be 1. MMG is 4 to kill. It's 7 range, so there's no modifiers. So you roll to kill. Um, I'll get a sniper activation. Or sorry, no, I won't. So
Oh,
3, so no effect.
was there a modifier to the?
So you have a 4 normal, but I have 1 armor, so it drops it down to 3. But there's no other.
Gotcha. No, all right, I
Yeah,
was wondering if I missed it. No,
yeah, no
okay.
worries.
That did not make my range. Okay.
And fun thing to always remember is you do get residual when you do that sort of stuff. So if I move tanks first, always important to keep in mind. I'm also going to do this so I don't forget. This is, yep, because that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am absolutely forgetting what the heck I could get out of overrunning that guy. So the question is, do I want to? Um, and it's probably gonna be something stupid, like I only get like 3 firepower out of it, so no.
Um, it's 1/4 of your printed movement allowance, so 3.
Yeah,
Um,
it cost me 7. Then it's the firepower from the machine guns plus an automatic like 1. You're in open ground, so it'd be a down 1. I'm just
no,
gonna,
it's 2 firepower for an AFV, which you are, right?
yeah.
Um, is your main armament an MG, flamethrower, mortar, ATR, or
No.
IFE capable?
Uh, no.
Then it's 4 firepower as your base. You add the tripled and halved firepower of all manned and functioning machine guns IFE armament. So 4 plus whatever machine guns you've got, half whatever machine guns times 1.5.
Yeah, my buttoned up overrun says 4. That's what my PDF says. But
Do you have any? You have machine guns, right?
yeah, I got the 4 firepower machine gun. Let me see, overrun for the trip. Uh, base 4. Yeah, so it's because you do times 3, 3.5.
Yeah, so you triple and halve it, so it's times 3 halves, so 1.5 of all manned and functioning MG IFE armament on the vehicle. I don't think you have any rear-mounted machine guns.
No.
Thankfully, though we have had those. You've got no passengers. You have no flamethrower. You are not becoming immobile or destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah, and you do get a -1, or there's a -1 DRM for you being in open ground. Um,
So you have 4 firepower there. So triple, that would be 12. Have is
6.
6. So yeah, so you're going to be 10 firepower, if I'm reading that correctly.
10 firepower.
Yes, your base is 4 because you have a manned main element, right? And then you get tripled, halved
Oh,
of
right.
all of the other machine guns, which is 4, right?
Right. So it'd be 6. Right.
So it'd be 6, so that's
What?
10
Then how
firepower.
the heck am I ever? I feel like I must have been doing that wrong.
I mean, unless Gary's got some, you know,
I kind of
reading that
I'm
along.
gonna
I mean,
see real quick if there's an example, because it'd be I guess I guess the answer is don't rely on somebody else doing charts, because maybe the charts are wrong. But um, combined CCV is not what I'm looking for. Make some overrun. 37L. Because it has 11 firepower. See, that's just counting its. Interesting. Plus 4 MA base. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, so it. Interesting. So then I guess it has had that wrong. Interesting. Maybe it's just calculating the base.
I do have overrun versus infantry and open ground is a -1.
Yeah, that's what I've been talking about. Um, oh, fuck. That's why. Oh man, it's like you look at the PDF and you're like, oh, this C-26, whatever, but the version that it has in the PDF isn't the one with the machine gun. So yes, yeah. So we're gonna do the overrun. So it's 3 plus the movement, so it's 4. Um, so it should be 8. 4 movement factors to get in there, I believe, not 3.
It's
Or is
it's a
it or is
quarter
it
of your,
seriously the just
it's
triple?
quarter of your printed movement to get in,
And
plus whatever the hex is.
right, plus whatever the hex costs. Gotcha. So it's 4. So it's 8 movement total so far. Um, I guess you have the option of trying to block the overrun or shoot at my guys before the overrun happens. And if you choose not to, then it just goes to the overrun. Because defensive first fire options before overrun, you're marked as first fire. So there's IFT, but it would just be IFT, which I don't think could really do anything anyways, because my guys aren't CE. 5T wouldn't do anything against it. Yeah, you
Okay,
might.
have to.
No, you don't have to. And frankly, in this instance, I don't think you could ever do anything. So, um, yeah, kind of just a.
Well, no, I'm reading. Each defender unit, even if pinned, otherwise eligible to use CC reaction fire and marked with a final fire count. No, okay, so I'm not marked for fire.
So it's also because it would be the in the flowchart it says that the CC reaction fire happens after the overrun. So if you survive, then you do the reaction, which I guess makes sense. So the idea is like the tank is coming towards you, so you can shoot at it with your guns and stuff. And if that doesn't work, that's when you're jumping on the tank, you're throwing grenades at it or whatever. So yeah, it's a 10 firepower down 1. All right. So it'll be your sniper, but a 3 on 10, which is
K3.
yeah, K3. Nice. Oh, they're not. They don't even have. Oh wow, Ascots are good. No, still sleeping. Okay, so that guy's casualty reduced. Um, you know what? I might as well. So my tank is going to keep moving, and the other one behind it.
Okay. To attack.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, you do get your CC reaction fire.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I only got one firepower, so whatever. But
so it's a if unless I'm mistaken, the CC reaction fire should be on the CCV table of the close
first, I got
combat.
to pass the Patsy.
Right. I always feel like the Patsy's before,
Or
isn't
do
it?
I need? I think I need to do well. I think I had to do one when you're.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's when you. I think it's when I get in, but that's first
All right.
fire.
Well, let me do the test check,
Yeah,
which they
yeah,
pass.
you're good.
Let's see.
Vehicle prepares of known enemy. Vehicle enters fully tracked.
So it's CC versus a vehicle.
Yeah.
So
So
don't use odd ratios. The base kill number of any vehicle in CC is the close combat value of the personnel attacking it. So
yeah.
that's
So
a one. They are.
no, you get a three. Your CC. It's a CC value. So half squads are three.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, CC value. I'm looking at that. So house squad is three.
Yeah.
They're lax, I believe, if I remember correctly off of that, because these guys are the flange.
Yeah, they might be. Yeah, I think. I'll just check. I have this open on another page. Um, yes, they're lax. They get a patsy +1, which wouldn't matter. So they are lax. Vehicles in motion, so +2. Um, it has an MG, and that's pretty much it. So the only roll, if you get snake eyes, there's a chance for a kill, but otherwise, I don't think it's possible. Just too many plus modifiers.
Yep. No. All right.
All right. They continue, and the second vehicle is going to overrun.
Do I get residual attack on him or no?
So because there's nothing vulnerable on him, there's nothing that could. The so
All right. Go ahead.
so one thing that could be done against that tank with in the two residual is that you could roll your machine gun to to you're rolling for the residual, right? That roll has a chance to malfunction the machine gun, which is dumb, right? Like you
No,
can
I
just
mean it makes sense. It's all right. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Okay, the overrun attack. Go ahead.
yeah. So an 8 on 10 is a normal. All right, cool. I will take it. They are in motion. And that's it for them. We will change this value back to 0. I'm gonna do the recall first, just because it's gonna be way easier to move him out of the way. So these guys, I don't remember stopping, but because that wouldn't make sense to have stopped. Do I not have a motion counter somewhere? Interesting. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I didn't stop, but we'll do task check to see if is the mechanical breakdown a task check or is it just a roll? Do you remember?
I believe it's a task check.
Mechanical reliability. Make a DR. No, it's not a task check. Okay, so they are fine. So they're fine as a group. I'm pretty sure platoon movement allows them to be fine as a group. So the recall guy has 12. So started for 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in motion. Now, as a result, they all paid 1 to start. For the second guy to move out, while he's like, I think these guys have to close up. So this is an automatic 2 because he has to move one and the other guy can't move. He's going to unbutton, and they will start moving. So this is 3. Oops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm CE. Duh. 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, and then vineyards is brush.
They're olive groves.
Why am I thinking they're vineyards? Olive
I
groves. God, I think it's the other one I'm playing is vineyards, and so it's like almost
Yeah,
so,
they're two.
right. They act like brush. Got it. All right. Well, I'm just going to pay the rest of my movement to have gone into these hexes because I can't go anywhere else. So they will stay in motion, and I will have to button them up later. I think that's it for all my movement. Defense fire.
checking something. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. The one thing to mention, just in case, is that movement through a hex with an FFE does count as an attack, and if you're moving in the same hex as an FFE, you will get attacked if you go to a lower DRM. So, like, if the trench is +4 and you move somewhere and it's +3 instead, you'll get hit, but at +3.
So for future reference, your OBA accuracy DR has a +2 to it.
Does it?
11 F11624 heat haze.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, I haven't been making any accuracy dice anyways. So.
Yeah, it is what it is. Just
Yeah, no, it's good to know.
does the artillery attack even if I move in the trench?
If you move to if you were to move from what's it, FF6 to FF5, yes. But you're still getting the +4 bonus.
Well, I mean, you'll just roast snake eyes again.
I wish I could constantly do that, but I'm trying to think. Can you do? I'm sure you can do is a combined. yeah, like one thing you could do during your turn, for example, uh, is when you advance, you pay both costs to move out, right? So I think under that circumstance you wouldn't because there's no FFE in the rear hexes.
I have no defense fire. I'm sorry.
No, no worries.
Right, yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
Advanced fire. That's I guess not really gonna matter. I do. We'll do 3 up 1 from K7 to I7. 6, which I think might just be a PTT. Yeah. So the leader could potentially be pinned. No. Do I have any others? Um, no, because this guy doesn't have a chance in hell. Those guys don't. No. All right. So route phase. It's me first, no matter what. Okay, I don't have any. So then it's the conundrum of your guys.
Pretty sure they surrender.
So I'm trying to think here. Um,
Or they're eliminated for failure to route. One or the other.
so I can't take prisoners with vehicles. Or at least I'm pretty sure I can't. And the problem is that a vehicle in motion has, uh, because it has its firepower, it's counted as not being able to interdict. I don't think. And then the next problem is, can a um, uh, if you route out its hex, you're okay. So I think basically what I'm getting at is I think the guys in I6 may be able to route to H5 and continue to eventually get to, I think it's DD5. The other guys I think might be stuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So I think this guy in the road can route away. Uh, because everybody would have a hindrance, but the bottom squad I think is eliminated.
I guess they drop their weapon as
If it's one portage point, he's fine. He can keep it. I think technically it's if it's over his portage capacity, he has to drop it. But light machine gun, you should be fine.
So that's going to be 1.
Yeah, and then no matter what, I don't think I can ever interdict. You just wouldn't be able to go into G6 because it's still adjacent. So 3 into G5, and then if you take the road, whatever, you can get 6.
6 to there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds right. Is there anything about? Oh, without any form of LOS hindrance. Not if at least one FP. Whatever. We'll say that one's fine. I'll worry about it next time.
No, the vehicle interdicts. So I have to basically stay in the olive grove. So 1, 3, 5. He gets there.
Yeah, we'll just play it as that.
So yeah, the second I pop out, I'm covered up. So,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I don't know if if it counts. It doesn't say. It just says at least one FP without any form of LOS hindrance. But I always assume that because pin prevents it. So, anyways, we'll say he's fine. That's not.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So, advances. I gotta take off a bunch of counters here. Defensive fire. Cool. Advances. We're gonna do L5 to K6, L6 to K6. No, he'll go. I'll split him up afterwards. This is being funky. The stacking K7 is gonna go to J7. Anytime now, mouse.
Maybe it's Vassal.
No, honestly, I really think it's my mouse. My mouse has been slowly dying on me. So.
Well, no, I've been having a lot of problems selecting and moving stuff too. It keeps like losing my click, so it drops.
Maybe, I guess. It just seems so weird to affect more than one person, I guess. This guy will go here. These guys will continue into the fields. This guy there. These guys will button up because otherwise it's too crazy.
You know what? I think I had to route. Trenches are not woods or buildings, so I think I had to route those guys, didn't I?
No, because you're not in open ground normal range. So you could route if you wished, but you're not forced to.
And if I did route, would they be shot at by the artillery?
Not if you go any of this hex row, because when you're routing, you pay both costs. I think it should be the same for advancing. Is you pay both costs and you just leave the hex. You're not spending any time in quote unquote the intermediary. So yeah, they could route to wherever's nearest, which is probably it's probably this. I don't know what the full cost is to go here, but it's wherever is nearest, right? Or actually, because you can't get into, never mind, you can route anywhere because you can't get there in one route.
And it's one extra to get out of the trench.
Yeah, so you're paying 3 to get out.
3
or 2? Yeah, you're paying 2 to get out, and then wherever hex you're in, you got another. Where it is. Entrenchments. Where's the part about entrenchments?
And these guys are going to route out here to FF4, FF3, and FF2.
Okay. Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry, I can't. No, they got to stay where they are because I can't route up there because of the vehicle.
What's the view? 1, 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might not be able to see him because of LOS, but it'll change once you get to like E4. So as long as you're not going straight north, and you continue to say like here, you should be fine. To avoid, even if it can no longer, yeah, routing units.
So we'll go there.
Oh yeah, so that's the other thing too. That's like a very, it doesn't come up often because you need minefields in FFE, which is a routing unit can route into, out of, within a known minefield or FFE at its option, but is not forced to do so merely to reach the closest woods building. So you can always like, if it's in your path, you can always avoid it type idea.
I'm guessing I don't get CVP for the recall tank.
No, that's like the one.
Yeah, that's really fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So
I've never appreciated recall not giving you points.
Oh well.
especially since like there's that's another one of the way to like sleaze people is like you just keep shooting your gun so you can break it, and then you're forced to recall, which doesn't cost you points, so it's just dumb. Um, but
Yeah,
anyway,
sorry. Yeah, that's all my routes. So are you finished with your advances? I think you got everybody.
I'm just doing the bottom guys. There we go. So bottom guys are all moved one, and that should be everybody. So no CC. We are your turn 4.
We. For my well, they can't. They're not that terrain. I just have nothing because I can't repair anything and nobody can be rallied. Um, so yeah, over to you.
What are you can technically self rally, but me saying that always ends in like something stupid, like you roll a
Don't
20.
I have to be in a specific terrain to do
No,
that?
no, you always get one free self rally. The only difference is that if you were in, say, like self rally terrain, like this building, you would get a -1, which counteracts the +1. But you can still self rally if you want.
We'll try DD3 then.
Sure. And then because you're not in a building or woods, you can always choose to retain the DM.
Yeah,
Should you choose?
that's fine. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, there's like no reason not to, really.
So that be it for my rally phase. Pretty sure you got something broken somewhere. Oh no, that's right. It got destroyed. So you don't have anybody broken.
It's true. Yeah, I checked my stuff. I don't have anybody.
Prep fire. We'll start. The 105 is going to fire at the vehicle in H6.
Okay. So there's a +2 for being in motion, and that's about it, I think.
No, you get the TEM.
Oh, yes, right.
So that's +3. You have no size mod, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no size modifiers, no nothing. So it's really just don't roll at 8 or above.
Um, oh, yeah, okay.
Right,
So
so
6, that's a hit.
hit on hull, which doesn't change anything, should just be 1.
Did
It is HE to kill. So armored basic TK, it is a 100mm gun, which means the TK number is 10. There's -1 for the armor.
So 9, 7.
So they are blasted. Do they have? They do. Oh, so they are just a wreck, and that frees that guy from platoon movement for the time being.
Sorry, did not mean to do that.
Break my stuff. Also, that is its points halved, fractions rounded down because it's silly. So 2.
The medium machine gun in the trench in B5 will fire at the other vehicle just because, why not? So the range is 7.
I don't think it touches.
+2. I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think it touches H6.
I am pondering here.
Yeah, no worries.
I might as well. The leader in FF6 will fire his ATR at the lead vehicle in X9.
Okay. Does he have vision?
Now he can't see them, but I'll roll anyway. So,
Okay, good. That doesn't break. Because I was gonna tell you, there's no way. I would not accept that roll if you broke your ATR. Yeah. What the hell? Where did that come from?
oh, you know what? I grabbed it when I moved, tried to move my piece. I'm saying my mouse. I think it's something. I think Vassal was jacked up.
Probably something gunking in the works. Oh wow, yeah. Okay, you got guys at the bottom of the map, or you got counters there. These gents.
Oh, I know where they were.
Oh, gotcha.
I think that's it for prep fire.
That's good.
Moving phase. Clear loses CX says, "Holy shit!"
Run away! Run away!
Yeah, he's gonna run away. Two.
Yeah, we'll take a shot with these guys in J10. One, two, three, four. This is 8. It's non-assault, I assume. So, down 1, +1 TEM. Pretty sure it should be a hindrance, and then CX, so it's a +2. Normal on 8. Right?
All right, so he's dead, right?
Yeah, casualty MC is it's an auto kill. What a way to go.
Yeah, it's just that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Phalange is the phalange.
Yeah, as long as at least it's just a phalange. Actually, yeah, because he wouldn't even be able to give his -1 to other groups anyways. The hero berserk leader is wounded and must have +1 to his.
Does advancing take artillery?
Any movement in there is cause for an attack. It's a very powerful area denial, basically.
Yeah, gee, so let's give it to the side that has 4 vehicles as well as the troop advantage.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, there's.
I'm sorry, I'm really trying not to pull these things. This guy is going to assault move into the trench next to
Okay, so.
him. All right, so critical hit. And
Why?
-4, go ahead.
No, it takes that, right? Like it just takes the. Why, God? Why me?
You know what? I'm going to concede. The dice are against me, and I'm just not.
Really?
Yeah, really. I
Okay.
just can't. There's not going to be anything I'm going to be able to do to prevent you from winning. You have way too much time left.
Yeah, like I guess, like thinking about it, right? The way I would look at it, if we're gonna talk it out and call it here, um, so victory
I have
conditions.
critically failed my morale check. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like fuck, two snake eyes. The artillery kind of does a lot to lock down. Leader fucking takes out boxcars. And I guess so for anybody who's watching it and makes it this far, um, it's funny just because like it's come up in private conversation that like we me specifically, not necessarily you or anybody else I play with, but it's like that guy ends scenarios too early or whatever. Sometimes that's just how it fucking goes, guys, and you know when a scenario is over.
Like, I
um,
mean, I feel like I could fight it out, but I'd be dragging it out. It
so
would not be really, really pushing for victory. Like, I could get lucky, but I don't think I have enough firepower to really repel that southern side.
here's the problem, and this is something that I feel would be indicative of um, uh, it's problematic for how this scenario is, only because of like how much of a lead I've gotten, right? So if we look at the victory conditions, it's whoever has as high as VPs by a game end, right? VPs are awarded for casualties. AFVs count as half, which I don't I don't know if that should technically be the case, and prisoners don't count for double. Cool. So there's -1 VP. Uh, oh, sorry, it's a weird dash. It's 1 VP per building, not building hex, just building. So, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. That's it. So, even if we give you 10 points, right? Um, I get points for exiting off board. So, can anybody realistically shoot at me if I'm running through here? Like, there's these guys, sure, and these guys potentially through a lot of line of sight, and we'll get heat haze, right? Okay, so that's kind of I was kind of expecting the gun to be there, or like something sneaky, like maybe like in here as like a double fake out, like once these guys start moving, then the gun will show up or whatever.
Put them there. They can't. I can't conceal them there. That's not
Oh,
concealment.
that's true. That's true. Um, yeah. So it's like, okay, so there's a 37L. It could probably do some damage, but this train of guys is it is 6 7. Yeah, it's 7 VP each. each stack. So as long as I'm not suffering a majority of casualties, which is frankly I think would be unlikely, but whatever.
At best, you know.
Like, because the thing is that these tanks are going to, um, the artillery is just going to keep going here, and then these tanks are just going to drive through. Like, screw it, right? Um, they'll get hit by.
You might not want to do that just because the wire would bog, but yeah, I mean, you could drive around it. Like that was the whole.
Oh, my entire plan is like just drive through, right? If like even if that gun doesn't exist, my entire idea is I either take those tanks and go to this artillery piece, or I just drive through and like they're just gonna block, right? Um,
Yeah, no. I mean, I was going to say you just have to drive around the wire because you do actually get a bog chance in there, which can
but
be
that's what I'm saying. Like I would just take the risk
yeah. So
because at a certain point, like it's not if they bog, then if you can't kill them, they're not worth points for you anyways. Um, but
yeah, no. I don't think I have the ability to get enough points anywhere near where you would. Like, could I theoretically hold out? Yes, no doubt. I
hmm,
mean, I'm just keep retreating. You still have to get into these guys, and I actually have a reasonably sized force. There's a machine gun and some dudes,
yeah, yeah.
uh, but yeah, you're gonna overrun the gun probably in the next 2 turns. Is my guess. Uh,
Probably next turn.
yeah, sometime in the next 2 turns. The gun down here is gonna get two two turns of fire, and then it's going to get overrun by one of those stacks, just because there's not enough there. And yeah, I do have some guys up here, but they're going to get enough of a penalty through the olive groves that it's not going to be worth. Like it'll be difficult to do anything significant over there. These guys are just going to get pounded until I run out, which you know, I feel like you. So it goes to FF2 next turn.
Yeah, so it was on FF2. The overlay is FF2, so it will attack no matter what, and then goes to continuation, and it just keeps doing that, right? Like, I do have to do some checks every once in a while, but once you get artillery in a spot, you you don't really have to do anything other than maintain, um, and because I'm an off board, it's an automatic maintain. So really, it's like I don't want to say cheat code or anything, but like it really makes it a lot easier.
I feel like you should have some sort of ammunition shortage at some point, but I guess they've stockpiled enough. Um,
So it's kind of built into the access stuff. Like that's kind of why like you when you start you have the minimal uh, dice checks on and or card pulls. So if we look at the chart, if someone wants to if you want to play the game at home, um, when you pull up the artillery chart, uh, if there's a spotting round or FFE2, you go to those columns. But if you don't, then you do your chit draw. So after FFE2, it'll convert. So it gets one free shot. Essentially, it'll convert to FFEC, and then I do the chit draw. So if we were just to play it randomly, so red card. So then I would lose OBA.
yeah,
So
no. It's a couple turns of fire. Yeah, no, I understand. There's just a lot going on the south side, and I don't think that I'm going to be able to really do much, even if the vehicles don't get off. I mean,
yeah.
this group here is just going to be able to kind of maneuver down here. I don't really have any way to predict them.
So
Uh,
so their goal was going to be to go here. Um, because if the OBA lets up, I get encirclement, from both sides. I just need to shoot, right? And also they directly threaten this gun. If the gun turns and shoots at infantry, then the vehicles are safe to run through. And like I said, I don't care about the bog. The artillery, unless I'm doing really well against myself, which fingers crossed that wouldn't happen, then they just drive through and again act as like that battering ram. Um, I do have something to be worried about with the 37L just because the rate of fire is kind of crazy. But uh, as soon as the first shot happens, um, because I probably wouldn't move everybody in a stack, but as soon as the first shot happens, then it's like, okay, everybody needs to split up, and you now need to shoot, 8 hexes instead
yeah,
of.
it just gets to be a really annoying movement exercise.
Yeah, and it's like every time I get a defensive fire, I'm shooting, right? Um, if I didn't lose access to artillery and the AT gun revealed itself, then I'm putting artillery on the AT gun, right? So it's just stuff like that.
Yeah, it's basically I can see at this point. I know we're only 4 turns into a 10 turn scenario or 9.5 turn scenario, but
Yeah.
it would just be drawing it out for no real benefit. I would say. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry if you feel like I'm calling it a little early, but I really am just I failed my morale check and the dice are just not.
Yeah, I mean, look, we go back to the old rule of if the scenario is not fun for either of us anymore, like you just call it. It's not a big deal. And to anybody who complains that like if we end early or whatever, here's my challenge to you, dear viewer. I've always had an open policy. I've asked numerous times on stream if people want to play against me. Sure, I'm technically choosing the scenario. We can always replay one, but uh, you know, if someone wants to play and see how poorly our rolls go or how well someone gets smoked by dice, then the invitation is open. But
Yeah, like I say, I have to say
I didn't mind the scenario
yeah, the scenario
personally.
was all right. I think that the it's a little bit weird that you know with the way the setup is, it's a little odd. The olive groves are a giant pain in the ass.
Mm,
Um,
I think it's if I had something truly positive or that I a real big takeaway from this scenario specifically, I think it is great as an exercise uh, in retreating in a quote unquote orderly fashion, because as the phalange, like you're afforded a couple shots, um, and I think every turn you need to retreat. You just need to conserve as much forces as possible.
See, and that's where I think I disagree a little bit because I feel like the victory conditions are wrong. I don't think this should be a CVP victory scenario. I think it should be location based, based on the historical background that they're going for with this one.
Well, for sure. Like I don't disagree with the fact that like the scenario could be different, but I think with the way that it's structured in 10 turns,
Yeah, no. But I really fucking hate scenarios that are like that. It's like you
yeah.
don't want me to fight. You just want me to pull back as far as I can, suck up, waste as much time as possible with people. I mean, come on.
I
What's the fun in that?
I think it's I can see the fun in it, but it's definitely not like it's fun for everybody. That's for sure.
It's not my favorite, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Um,
particularly, like I say, I really have a disconnect. If my one big complaint is I have a disconnect between the historical situation that we're supposed to be theoretically representing
right.
and the way the scenario is written. Like I say, I don't think that should be based on casualties. I think it should be a location based thing. Like,
Hmm.
you know, the only victory points should be for the buildings on that thing. If we're talking about seizing the village, um, the off-board artillery is remarkably powerful. I mean, I guess I'm glad that they didn't give you guys an auto black for the first go, but even without that,
Yeah,
um,
I mean it's pluses and minuses because it does generate the hindrance, so it's hard to like where you put artillery is not somewhere you can go, as I'm experiencing in the other snare
I mean, it's
playing.
actually not that bad. It's only a +1 no matter how many hexes you cross, so it's not that big a deal.
Oh,
Uh,
but I mean like it's still running towards an objective with artillery, depending
well,
on
yeah, no.
depending on what level of artillery it is, like you can't stop it, right? Or you may not be able to stop it. So, and stopping it makes you vulnerable and all that stuff. So there's
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. In that sense, I understand. But I guess what I'm saying is I find it really weird that you are basically given unlimited line of sight for artillery, but mine is all on board and therefore requires line of sight through basically a non-line of sight board. I mean, there are very few spaces that are open enough that do it. I was very annoyed that I couldn't put my artillery back up on the thing. Yes, I'm taking long range shots, but I'm taking long range shots. Like
yeah, yeah,
that was fine with me. That's how I feel like artillery should be used. Instead, I feel like I got to shove it as far forward as possible because I have vehicles that I can't touch. I mean, you saw I got a couple medium machine guns, and that's it. The ATRs aren't going to do anything. They're only one firepower, so they're going to bounce off armor no matter what they hit. I don't think either of you guys have weaker armor on turrets, right?
no, but to as an aside, the ATRs R5. It's obviously not. It's a little better than an MG, but it's still it's not the one firepower. But um, yeah, I mean, I guess the way I would put it is, um, the artillery needs to be sneaky. I think it's a little the way that the maps, like the chosen maps, like it, you either have a gun that can do something or a gun that's useless. I don't think there's you don't really have an option for both.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I feel like the guns really like yes, you can put them out in the open, but then they're either going to be targeted by artillery fire or you're going to have units coming at them. And if there's one thing we've discovered, that a lone artillery piece without anything around it um, is pretty much easy pickings for infantry, like because they can just like they were you were planning on doing
Yeah.
down here. You just can split up and onesie twosie and then run around until you get to them because the crew is not going to be doing much. So I don't know. I there isn't really any like I was saying there aren't really any lines of sight for the artillery piece because of the way the blockage goes from the olive groves.
Yeah.
Uh, if I want to hip them, I got to put them because they took all the woods off it. I got to put them back here, back here, back here. That's really my choice at this point.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are no better because basically the whole map turns into a giant blind spot for them, um, which is annoying. Basically, only the edges of the fields for those looking because of the way the rules work for the LOS. Um, Anything inside the olive groves is essentially invisible to artillery up here on this level, or anybody up there for that matter. But that's kind of annoying. I mean, I guess in these little things they can still be hit, but man. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I honestly I'm not 100% sure where to put that. I put that there just for giggles because I really was like not sure where to put it. Maybe further back, I guess. Put
Honestly,
more
I
troops
don't.
around it.
I
But
mean, I think the artillery's placement is good. I don't see that as like a
yeah, I mean,
bad option.
it did its job. I wrecked a vehicle. I shot up some troops. I mean, it was all right for a single artillery piece. I'm not dissatisfied. I'm just kind of like looking at it in hindsight, like where else could I put that to be better effect? And I don't know that there is a place. The only thing
Well,
I might have done is swap the AT gun and the artillery in terms of location, but I don't know how that helps me like down here, for example. So
I think there's always the option of like let's say like if you have a guy with an MMG or something, you have him here, and that way he can cover anybody that's trying to do
oh hey,
like a rush through open ground. But I'm also trying to see because I know you can.
so
Um,
yeah, I did have another MMG down here that was
oh
theoretically covering
yeah.
down here.
Yeah,
So
I kind of feel like maybe if you had it closer, maybe there's more impact. But
yeah, no, that's
it's
also a possibility. But I had the other MMG here, so
right, right.
I did have somebody that could put some firepower on there.
The other thing too that's kind of bugging me right now is I'm trying to see for I know mortars you can have somebody act as a spotted fire. That's what I'm thinking of. So I know for a mortar you can have a let's say for example, let's say you had a mortar in like T3, you can have a leader on the upper floor of U4 as a spotter. So any of that line of sight stuff goes away. Um, but I'm actually curious. I forget if you can do it with a gun or if it's.
Nope, a mortar is the only onboard weapon which may be fired against
Yeah.
target which is not in its LOS. Yeah, that's why I say it's very weird. Artillery in this is all direct fire. Like you don't get any indirect fire action with it at all.
Like
Weird.
I get why, just because of the angles involved. Like if you had like a high angle mountain gun, infantry gun, maybe if like the extent of the distance was good, but yeah, it definitely handicaps
Yeah,
pretty much
I
anything.
just like I say, the line of sight stuff makes it a little bit weird for trying to position guns or things that really like long,
Mm-hmm.
or really shine when you get long lights of sight. I mean, you really only get it out here, down here, and then a little bit kind of in this middle part. You can get some long line of sight,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's tough. I mean, the only other thing I think of is maybe put the beanie machine gun here with the trench, and then the artillery somewhere back in here, just
Mm.
to do that. I don't know. I mean, there's ways and ways. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the CVP stuff really kind of wants you to push forward and defend. Like, I guess I could have just pulled back down here, but then it's just an exercise in you CXing through through all of groves, right?
Yeah, but
While your artillery, lands somewhere where it can affect a bunch of guys.
hmm, I mean the way I see it is that um, there's an incentive to retreating. One, because it costs time, and because to a certain extent, at least like the upper board, by retreating, you're the only thing you're giving away is open ground. Um, so it's easier to punish an advancing player, and in this circumstance, I have a lot of guys in on the south, or I guess eastern portion of what the board is supposed to be, and my plan is to run off. But when you run off is always important, right? And if I didn't have the if the points weren't like this, you getting 10 points for every building, and me just avoiding them, um, I would be seriously reconsidering running those guys off board, because I would want to keep them, maybe do the long way and go through here, get these buildings,
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
and
mean, once
then
you take out that AT gun, I got basically nothing. I got a stack here, and
yeah, and
there's
that's
units here, but they're going to be occupied with the vehicles and these guys coming in. So
yeah, which is kind of why like I think the slow retreat is kind of the way you have to go, but it's just not ideal because like you move during your turn, you shoot during the other guy's turn, you move, shoot, and that's like the only thing you can do. You should never, you're kind of never able to take a turn to just like sit back and just blink away and then
Well, but see, that's the thing. That's why the CVP plays into it, because I want to shoot you, because that's the only way I'm going to actually do any damage to you. If all I'm doing is running away, or most of what I'm doing is running away, then I'm minimizing my opportunity to get casualty victory points, and that's what I need. And
but that's why like that's what I'm saying with the defensive fire, right? Which like you got it with the tank, or not in this instance, but like when you shot these guys with the artillery piece, the moving in the open, or even with just like the +1 TM from the olive groves, is still like you're still forcing the attacking player to have to close that distance. So it's not strictly like always move during your turn and shoot during the enemies, but it leans towards that. But
yeah, no,
um,
I don't know. I'm not a. I hate retreat games.
ultimately, I guess like what it really does do is kind of show like 2000s, um, scenario design.
So yeah, no, I mean it wasn't a bad scenario. I think I have some problems with it, but nothing like that would say,
Major, yeah.
no, I don't ever want to play it again. I mean, it's not a painful scenario.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is also another, talking about its old design. It has exactly one play apparently. So just another, I mean, one recorded play. There's probably a bunch of French people that played this and just never knew about Roar, but um, just kind of another example of like there's not much data on this, so having not necessarily like an insider knowledge of it, but like you can't really see other people's mistakes and like where to potentially change your
So
tactics and all
balance is interesting.
that. Replace
Yeah, it
them 8-0.
gives you an 8-1 instead of an 8-0, I think.
Yeah, I get an extra 8-1. Kind of whatever. Getting an HMG is pretty good though. 6 firepower, 12 range, 3
Yeah,
rate of fire. That'd be pretty good.
yeah, that can really anchor one of the flanks or the center. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that also is going to guess quite a bit more, or reasonably more effective against vehicles.
No, an MG is always an MG. That's like the yeah, it's the one. I mean, actually, I could be wrong on that. I feel like I'm not, but
Nah, you're probably not. It's all right. I'm just
12.7. Yeah. So I forget if they count 12.7. Oh fuck. You know what? I know what it is. It's because the vassal chart isn't the updated one, and I remember complaining about this a long time ago. If we go into chapter C, we go to chapter C tables. The actual table, the new table, um,
oh
actually
yeah.
mentions this. So a 12.7 is equal to 50 cal MG. So if your HMG is of the 12.7/50 cal variant, you actually do get It's just one, and it's just an increase of one, but hell, it's better than nothing. So
Yeah, now that one can help a lot.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I can see infantry. It would help immensely. I mean, the vehicles, what are you going to do? But yeah, no, that actually is a pretty substantial bump
Hmm.
for the nationalists. But yeah, the Republicans kind of like, okay, I
Yeah,
guess.
you get one other good leader, which kind of whatever. It's nothing to write home about it. But yeah, all that said and done. So next one is FT-26, I believe. I think that's the next one on the timeline. At some point, we have to go backwards or in the FT numbers, which is really weird. Um, so I will have that sent off to you. Um, but
Yeah, we
yes, so for those still watching, thanks, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.